The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from Foxborough. To return, it's Antonio Gibson. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Patriots have a rookie quarterback. It is Drake May. Long past the Tom Brady era, it is May who is now the guy in Foxborough. Out of North Carolina, Greg, the third pick in this past year's draft.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success. Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Open man, Demario Douglas. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll come up now for second down and 4. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the first down.
Now Gibson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
A corner who is not only a good tackler, Mike, but a willing tackler can be a huge asset to any defense. So often they get a bad rap. They're considered just pass defenders. They want to run around. But for a guy to be able to come up and force the run and keep this to no gain, man, that makes a big difference on any defense.
Still second down.
Throwing on second down. May. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7. On the ground, Gibson. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Here's Gibson. And he's into the end zone. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, Patriots. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, Malik Washington. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Dolphins come out on offense, and the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He led the NFL a year ago in passing yardage. Hard to believe this is season 5 already from Alabama. Greg, Tua, 26 years old, and his time is now.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, this team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup. If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays, and after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Westbrook-Akine motioning here. Now the second-year man, Devon Achane. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Receiver in motion, going right. Once again, it's Achane. He is met and dropped. Good defense, loss of a couple on that play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Throwing on third down, Tungo Vailoa. This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Touchdown, Miami. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Marcus Jones now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Patriots offense ready now for their second drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Dobbs now to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. That is Zach Sealer getting in there to bring him down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On 4th down, Bryce Baringer out to punt for New England. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. Ooh. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. A shotgun snap for Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
From the gun, here's Tua. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Gibson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far.
2nd down.
And it draws the flag. Dobbs. Off he goes. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. 3rd down. 3 to go. Dobbs to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. They'll bring Waller in motion here. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really, it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Westbrook-Akine motioning here. He'll get this out wide. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. In motion, it's Waddle. Play action. Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Achane. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. A Again, it's Tua. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Hill brought in motion. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down. They'll spread the formation here. Let's see what the call is on 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's got his man, right side. It's complete. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Here's Achane. He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Achane. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Makes the score Dolphins 14, Patriots 7.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Jones now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Patriots offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Stevenson. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's May. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. May going to look to throw. He'll try to set up the screen to Stevenson.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. That is caught left side by Waddle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's Tagovailoa. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
First down, Miami.
In motion, it's Waddle. They run on the jet sweep, and this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
Back to throw is Tua. The second down throw is incomplete. Now a timeout called by the defense. Throwing is Tua. This one caught by Waller.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On the return is Jones. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. First and 10. On the handoff, it's Stevenson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's second and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll find Stevenson out of the backfield. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and 3.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll try to run for it.
Third and short, you think this ball's expected to come out quick, but when all the receivers were taken away, he decides to make a break for it. He doesn't get a whole lot, but what he gets is just enough to move the chains.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to Foxborough after this. Here's second and 9. From out of the gun, here's May. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This has the makings of a really good young tandem in New England. I mean, May, the rookie quarterback, first-round pick. Douglas, only in his second year, Mike. So the Patriots' hopes are high that these two can not only grow together, they can continue to fit in some pieces around them and really try to improve this offense.
He runs with it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard. On third and a yard, here's May. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And he's going to have the Pats, and he's going to have the Chargers. To throw is May. open man there. It is Bourne. They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Throwing now is May. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal. Throwing is May. Good blocking, and he's in. Great May. Touchdown, New England. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Third and a yard. From the gun, here's Tua. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. In motion, it's Waddle. Play action. Tagovailoa. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. So we have reached halftime here in this one. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, for the coaches, Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Washington now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Dolphins offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Fake the handoff. Now Tua. Now he takes off. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. Hill brought in motion. Tua going to give it to Achane. He'll manage only a couple. Robert Spillane spills him there. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Throwing on third down, Tungo Vailoa. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On first down, they'll start out with Stevenson. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now, May. Downfield, he's got Bourne. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
May now on 1st and 10. A throw on the move is caught. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. May going to look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. To throw now, May. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ifeatu Melifonwu. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky. This didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
The Dolphins offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. Hill brought in motion. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. He's going to run it. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. On play action, it's Tungo Vailoa. It is brought in the end zone. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Next to score, Dolphins 21, Patriots 14.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Jones now on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up the 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
A carry now for Gibson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
The motion man here is Bourne. On the ground, Gibson. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the 2nd half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the 2nd half and close this game out?
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Hill brought in motion. On 2nd down, Achane trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here's 2. Now a screen set up for Achane. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Patriots offense ready to get back to work. Before this next drive gets started, I want to tell you what's coming up in primetime here in Week 5. First week of October. Starts tonight with Sunday Night Football. Memories of the 70s sure to come to mind as the Cowboys and Steelers meet. It's in Pittsburgh at 8:20 Eastern. Followed tomorrow by Monday Night Football. It's the Saints against the champion Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Second and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing on second down, May. He'll try to set up the screen to Stevenson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
The motion man here is Bourne. Throwing on third down is May. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter.
It's 4th down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the Patriots ready to kick it away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now, H8. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there. Third down coming up. Hill brought in motion. Off play action, it's Tua. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. And after that third down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Here's May. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Now a first down throw for Tua. This one caught by Waller. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll bring Waller in motion here. A run out of the gun with Achane. And he'll take this to the 35, and that'll move the chains. It's a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
In motion, it's Waddle. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Now it's Tua. And that is incomplete. He's looking for Devon Achane coming out of the backfield. And it's going to be fourth down. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Returnable from the 17. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. That one taken in by Douglas. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
May to throw on second down. He'll find Stevenson out of the backfield. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Big play coming up. This is third down. Throwing is May. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down. Patriots ready for the punt. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. In motion, it's Waddle. Play action. Tagovailoa. That's to Waddle again. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. He'll take this in back at the 16. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Patriots offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand. So it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. for the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
The Dolphins offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's a give to HN. And a short pickup to about the 30. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's Tungo Vailoa. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day. Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
And now the punting unit will come up. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Man in motion, it's Diggs. On 1st and 10, here's May. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll drop to throw. That'll be complete to Gibson. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Here's a big one. This 3rd down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson.
This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down. Is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play. Unfortunate for them, they're able to celebrate after.
First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From out of the gun, here's May. This one complete to Bourne. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. On 3rd and a yard, here's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. To throw again is May. Open man there. It is Bourne.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. The game hanging in the balance and a critical third down. To throw is Dobbs. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. And he's going to pick up a Patriots first down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within one, and a two-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
Mike, I know everyone has their opinions about whether to kick it or go for two, but my honest opinion is I don't even think there's a decision to be made. I'm keeping my offense on the field. We've practiced all week for our gotta-have-it two-point play. Dial it up. Do not play for overtime. Win this game now in regulation.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. So now the extra point to, in all likelihood, send us to overtime. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Final seconds here, overtime looming on the horizon as they kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here we go. One final play. He's going to take a shot down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets one possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Jones now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Patriots offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
We'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down. They're all set to punt this one away. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Now a first throw here in overtime. Sending it deep for Waddle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent.